Suicide Prevention: What Educators Need to Know. This training satisfies the state requirement for annual suicide prevention training for educators. As a staff member, you may become aware of a student in crisis and needing support. In this presentation, we will cover strategies we can all use to help prevent self-harm or suicide, what signs to look for, and how to appropriately respond. Prevention strategies include: number 1, have a positive classroom environment that promotes positive relationships between students and between adults and students. Number 2, greet students as they enter the classroom to help gauge students' feelings and affect. Number 3, create a learning environment that encourages communication and respect. And number 4, be mindful and empathetic to students' needs. As a teacher, how do I know a student is at risk of self-harm? When you see a student talking about wanting to die or to kill oneself, this is one big sign. Other signs include looking for a way to kill oneself by researching online or researching ways to harm others, talking about feelings of hopelessness or no reason to live, drawing pictures that depict harming oneself or another, or physical marks such as cuts on or marks on arms and legs. What do I do if a student shows signs of self-harm? First, be respectful. Refrain from being judgmental or accusatory. This brings about feelings of guilt and sorrow. Do not ignore the signs or dismiss the information. Address the student calmly by acknowledging their feeling of sadness or stress and asking if he or she would like to visit with the school counselor. How should I address the student? Follow the 3 R's. Be respectful, responsive, and reassuring. Some statements that you can use when visiting with a student who is in crisis. I know it is scary sometimes to have these feelings. Would you like to visit with the counselor after class? Or, your safety and well-being are important to me. I would like to connect you to Mrs. Jones, the school counselor. She is always willing to help. Another, your safety and well-being are important to me, and I want to help. Would you be okay with us walking to the counseling center together? These are some very calm ways that we can address a student who is in crisis. These statements are important in bridging the student to the appropriate resource on school grounds, such as a counselor. What if the student has left class and is no longer with me? It is important to notify the school counselor immediately if you notice any sign of stress or possible self-harm. The school counselor is trained in the SAISD crisis protocol for students. The campus principal, counselor, and parent will all collaborate to find the best solution for each student. Wraparound plans. A wraparound plan is created for students who have been identified as a student at risk of self-harm. You may be asked to be part of a team of adults who work together to support the student's social-emotional needs. Wraparound plans may include the following: check-in and check-outs with trusted adults, identifications of safe places such as the counselor's office when a student is in distress. Counselor and parent consultation with community resources is also important. If you are unsure or have any questions about how to respond to a student who is showing signs of emotional stress or self-harm, schedule time to visit with the school counselor or principal before school starts. They will be happy to assist. We are here to support you and our students.